Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of Smaugust for our big wrap-up video. We made it through the second week. We're, I guess, a little less than halfway through at this point, but we're chugging along through the dragons, and I'm loving how they're looking. And I love seeing your guys' dragons. They've been really cool to see. So if you want to also make dragons using my little prompt list, I have them posted on all my socials. I also have them on my Discord channel. Just post them either under, there's like a certain channel on my Discord you can post them under, or you can post them on like social media with the hashtag KMRollForDragon. I've just been looking through them every day when I post mine, and they're just so much fun to look through. I'd love to highlight a few here in the videos as well, so stick around to the end and see some more dragons from the community. But anyway, let's jump into this week's dragons. I'm really excited to show them all to you. You probably already saw the shorts, but let me jump in and show you kind of my process, talk you through what I was thinking with these designs. And yeah, I'll walk you through them. So let's jump into it. Hey guys, we're back for day 10 of Roll for Dragon for 2024 Smaugust. So we're gonna basically be rolling a couple sets of dice to figure out what random dragon I am drawing for day 10 of Smaugust. So let's go ahead and get to rolling. Okay, we got a 5. So we have another Drake. All right, let's get our first trait, 41. Okay, so 41 is cheese. Oh my God, I didn't know if we were actually gonna hit this one. So let's get our other one. 18, squid. Oh my God, we're making basically a food. All right, so it's gonna be a Drake with cheese and squid. So let's get going and get to sketching. This was a really fun one to draw. It was just so ridiculous and out there. And I'm like, I knew I put cheese on the list. There's just, okay, preface. There's a few on the list that I put on because they just sounded like really fun prompts, but I didn't know if I'd ever like pick them. And I'm actually really happy we picked cheese because this guy is so derpy and cute and weird. I love it. So yeah, this was a cheese squid dragon, which is very interesting. It was a very interesting combo. I guess Drake, sorry. Let me be more specific. It's a Drake. And I wanted him to try to look like, I don't know, goopy, melty cheese. I wanted to make sure there was enough of the squid elements as well. And so I made sure the face looked very squid-like, and added kind of the different parts of the fins and segmentation of the body of like an actual squid along its back and its body as much as possible. And yeah, I just love this. And actually a friend of mine pointed out that this kind of looks like, if anyone has seen Shin Godzilla, there's this like kind of derpy raptor form it takes in between. It's like kind of weird looking and a little terrifying. It's a weird combo because it's kind of scary in an unsettling way, but it also looks really derpy. So this cheese squid Drake really reminds me of that face now. I just can't unsee it. But yeah, this was a really weird, interesting one to draw. I feel I'm getting more and more of these just because, you know, there's always a chance with these like random rolls. You never know what you're going to get or what type of dragon you're going to make. And so this one was weird, but it was really fun. And I wanted to make sure to really nail it in that it was cheese, so I added holes to make it kind of look like Swiss cheese. We're not going to question how that actually works, because if there was holes, then you'd be able to see the insides of it, but we're just going to be like, yep, that's how it works. And that's how a cheese Drake squid works. Hey guys, welcome to day 11 for Roll for Dragon for 2024 Smaugust Challenge. Basically, we're rolling some random dice to see what random dragon I'm gonna draw today. We got a 2, so we got an Asian lung. Okay, then we're gonna roll our D10 to figure out if we got a 0 for an auto 100. 0! Oh my God, we got it! 31. Butterfly. All right, cool. So we have butterfly, dealer's choice, and Asian lung. We'll figure it out. We got dealer's choice and butterfly and Asian lung. I think this one's gonna be pretty cool. So let's get to sketching. Now this one is probably the most detailed one I've done to date. This one was intense to do. I actually had to speed up this speed paint. I think we're sitting at like 5,000% just because it took me so long to render this dragon, but it was all super well worth it. So when I first drew Dealer's Choice, I had no clue what I wanted to do. I knew I was going to get Butterfly, obviously, but I was going back and forth on like what to merge it with. I was like, well, I could do another bug, or I could do like another like maybe reptile or animal or something. And I was sitting there brainstorming and trying to figure out what to do. And I was like, you know what'd be kind of cool? Maybe more of like a dinosaur bug would be really awesome. And it turned out that my news feed or like somewhere on my social medias gave me this Hellboy dinosaur. I forgot what it was. I know it's not a Triceratops. It's like a cousin of the Triceratops. I have the actual scientific name at the bottom of this drawing, but I just thought this was the coolest creature. One, because it already had really awesome color segmentation, and two, the like basically the crown of spikes that it has. I just envisioned it looking so cool with the butterfly wings. And I was like, this is perfect. A cool dinosaur, Asian lung. And this was a blast. I'm always like 50-50 on doing dinosaurs just because I understand, like I want to do them justice and draw them correctly. But I was like, you know, we're just going to go ham. We're going to have fun with this. And it turned out awesome. God, this is probably one of my top favorites. The detailing took forever. My hand was hurting so bad afterwards, but it was all very well worth it. I just thought it would be so cool to have the butterfly parts as plating along the face, as well as kind of having just little kind of fins along the whole body of butterfly wings. Hey guys, welcome back to day 12 of Roll for Dragon, where I'm basically rolling a random dragon every day to draw for the month of August for Smaugust. So let's get to rolling and see what we do today. So first we're going to start with our D6 to figure out the dragon type. A 6, a Lindworm. So let's just go straight into the traits. 85. 85 is blood. Okay, so we have Lindworm, blood. Let's get the other trait. 21 is Kaiju. All right. Ooh, I think I got a really cool idea. So let's get in and start sketching this. I'm really excited for this one. So next one, we had a Kaiju design, which is really, really fun. I don't know why I don't draw more Kaijus on this channel. I've done like a couple like Godzilla pieces, and then I did forever ago, I did like this movie Monster March challenge, like in the early days of my channel. And I know I drew one of the Kaiju from Pacific Rim. And that was really fun. But then as I was drawing this dragon, I was like, man, I don't do a lot of Kaiju designs, which is very surprising because I love them and I just don't know why I haven't done them. So now I'm going to have to add that to the ever-growing bucket of YouTube videos that I have to make, because I think it'd be really cool to do like a Kaiju mini series. But anyway, besides that, this was a really fun dragon to draw. I think Lindworm worked perfectly for like the Kaiju aesthetic. I wanted it to look like it had like glowing blood along its whole body, so I kind of made it like almost like a spine of like glowing blood. And I imagine it being vampire-esque, so it can chomp down with its fangs and like suck blood with the weird tongue. Or it can like prick with its back tail, and I'm trying to decide. It could prick with its back tail and maybe like lap it up, or like that's like how it gets the entry point to start. Or I was thinking it's almost like a mosquito mouth tail. So as long as it like pricks its enemy, it then can like suck the blood out of it. At least that's like what my thought process was. This one was really cool. I love doing these weird, cool, creepy creatures. And I don't know, I don't do them super often, and it's not like I'm avoiding them. I don't know, I just haven't had a chance to do a lot of them. And so this one was really fun to do. Just a cool, awesome, creepy thing. I love how it turned out, and I think blood was such a fitting combo to put with a Kaiju. Hey everybody, welcome to day 13 of Roll for Dragon for the month of August for my Smaugust challenge. Basically, we're rolling a bunch of random dice to figure out what random dragon I'm drawing today. Okay, first off, we'll roll a d6 to figure out what type of dragon. Maybe we'll get a worm today. That would be nice. Nope. Another Lindworm. We had a Lindworm yesterday, so this is going to be interesting to have. Okay, then let's roll for the first trait. 90 is Blue Eyes. Oh my god, I love it. It'd be really funny if we rolled White Dragon right after. 33, Lobster. All right, we have a Lindworm that is a Blue Eyes Lobster. I think this is going to look like some crazy Eldritch horror. I'm so excited.
All right, up to day 13. This one I was pretty excited for because I really like using lobster as an element in my monsters. Like, the rock lobster is one of my favorite monster mashes that I've ever done. I don't know, the cool kind of sea bug segmentation that they have, and just like the claws and the spikes. I don't know. The lobster, like, is just, it has so many good elements to use in designs. And so this one, I'm realizing I made his face almost like samurai helmet-esque, which I absolutely love. Did not do that on purpose. I just realized that. And then I wanted it to be like still dragon-like because I thought about making both of the hands claws, but I'm like, I want one to be like a lobster claw and one to be a dragon claw. So I was like, I gotta make sure to do that. And then this one with the prompt of Blue Eyes, I wanted to make sure that, you know, the Blue Eyes aspect was used like well. I knew that I was going to make his actual eyes blue, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, it'd be really cool if it had almost like a false eye pattern to its different segmentation. I just thought that would be really awesome to go along the shell. So I kept that in mind, and I was like, all right, the base color of this thing can be more in the lobster colors of those like greenish gray blues with some oranges and reds. And then I'm going to add these eyes along the body as well. And I think that added such a cool element. I didn't want them to be too bright. I wanted to make sure the eyes were still kind of the brightest of the blues. And so it's more of like almost like a faded pattern on the on this crustacean's shell. So yeah, I love this Lindworm. He's got kind of a sassy look. I don't know. He looks like he's like ready to throw down. I love how his face turned out. And just this overall design was really fun to make.
Hey guys, welcome to day 14 for Roll for Dragon for the month of August for the 2024 Smaugust Challenge. Basically, I'm going to be rolling a couple different dice to figure out what random dragon I'm drawing today. All right, let's start with our D6. Maybe day 14, we'll finally get a worm. Nope. Another Drake. All right, okay, first trait for our Drake. Yeah, 76. Multiple eyes. And then let's get our next trait. 71. Sphinx. Oh, this is going to be dope. So Sphinx, multiple eyes, Drake. This is a really cool wrap up for week 2. So let's get to sketching.
All right, onto the Sphinx one. Now, this one was an interesting one to figure out because I knew I wanted to do the more humanoid face, but I was going back and forth on how much should be dragon-like and how much shouldn't be. So I was going back and forth on that. And then I wasn't sure for the multiple eyes exactly what I wanted to do at first. I was like, it'd be cool to have a center eye and then maybe some floating eyes, but I really didn't like that. I did like the ones that were on the body, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do exactly. And then one of my friends suggested doing peacock feathers and having like the eye be in like the center of the feather, kind of like where the circle on the end of the peacock feathers is. And I'm like, that is genius. Perfect idea. So that's kind of where I was going with this one, was we'd have like the multiple eyes along the body. I thought those were really cool on the legs. You know, we can imagine if they function or not. Maybe they are kind of like the last one, like the rock lobster. Maybe they're more of an aesthetic, or maybe they work. I don't know. Maybe it wants to see out its thigh. You don't know. But anyway, I made sure like I wanted to have multiple eyes. This was the prompt to do it. So we had all the eyes on the feathers. We had the eyes on the body. We had the 3 eyes on the faces. I really wanted to nail the multiple eyes prompt. Plus, I like making creatures with multiple eyes. They're cool and creepy and awesome. And then for the Sphinx aspect, like I said, I did the more humanoid face attached to like almost a feline-like reptile body to kind of have the same feeling as a Sphinx. And I think this one turned out awesome. Like, I was a little afraid going into it with the very specific Sphinx prompt that it would be hard to convey that with a dragon because sphinxes are very associated with like the lion or feline body. But I feel this one was like a really happy middle point of like, you still got the idea of the feline body, but with this cool reptile body. So this one turned out really cool. I love it. Very imposing, very cool. Oh, and here I was fixing up. I felt the head looked a little too big on the body, so I did a little bit of a cleanup there. But yeah, I love how this dragon turned out, and I feel I really nailed the multiple eyes on this one for sure.
Hey guys, welcome back to Roll for Dragon for Smaugust 2024, where we basically design a dragon based off of the random chance of the dice. So let's get to rolling. So we're going to start with this D6 to see which dragon type we need to roll for. A 6. Okay, so we have another Lindworm. All right, and let's roll our 2 D100s to see the traits. 51. Cybernetic. All right. And then the second trait, 48. Blind eyes. Interesting. Okay, let's get into drawing it.
Oh, my mortal enemy, mechanical creatures. I was really, really praying I wouldn't roll this one, but you know, it's a challenge. That's the whole point. It's to push me outside my comfort zone and do things that I'm not really used to doing. So here we are with a cybernetic blind dragon. This one, oh my gosh, I think this rivals the dinosaur dragon in amount of time it takes. I mean, I've done other mecha type designs before in the past, and they have taken me a very long time as well. So it's just like all the little detailing that you put into mechs. It just takes a long time to do line art. And then coloring wise, I don't know. I feel like mechs, you like can but can't hide certain things. So I wanted to make sure that the color job on this was clean and it looked interesting. And I had like a good diversity in the colors instead of just making this all silver. I just wanted it to look cool, you know, and I wanted to push myself and try my best on one of my mortal enemies of mechs. But yeah, so for this one, it was actually heavily inspired by Horizon Zero Dawn. I think those mechs are probably my favorite right now. I know I was a huge like Zoids fan as a kid, and I still am. I still love Zoids. But this is like my second favorite type of mech. So I was like, let's try something Horizon Zero Dawn-esque. And so I kind of was looking at a few of different ones for like color palette inspirations and having some of those earthy tones with the metal tones as well. And I honestly struggled a bit with the color. There was a few that just weren't jiving right to my eyeballs. And I eventually hit it. I'm like, okay, there. Now I got it. I got the good color combo. And like I said, this one was fun, but a challenge. Again, my hand hurt so bad with drawing all these little details. Don't worry, I'm doing stretches and I'm taking breaks. It's like when you write all day or do something all day with your hand. Mine, it's like the side of my hand just cramps up a bit. But either way, well worth it. And I'm glad I did this cybernetic dragon.
Hey guys, welcome back to Roll for Dragon, where we basically design a dragon every day in August based off the roll of the dice. So we're on day 16 officially, so let's go ahead and get into rolling our next dragon. Okay, first we're going to start off with D6, a 2. Okay, we got another Asian lung. And then let's roll for our first trait, 57, which is Seussian, interesting, Dr. Seuss style. And then the second trait, 72, which is kudu horns. I think those are like really big, cool, like cow horns. So we have an Asian lung, Seussian with kudu horns. All right, let's get to drawing.
And wrapping up the week with basically a style challenge. This one was really fun and it had some challenging aspects, which I'll cover, but I haven't done a style challenge in a long time. For those of you who have been on the channel for a while, some of my earliest videos was drawing myself in like a bunch of different styles. That was like really popular in like the early days of my YouTube channel. And I really enjoy doing that. I love looking at different styles and converting it to like a creature of mine or myself. but I've never drawn Dr. Seuss, which was kind of surprising, and it worked perfectly for this challenge. I am so happy with how this dragon turned out. It's so cute, and it worked perfectly with the kudu horns. Like, I was like, at first I thought the kudu horns were gonna be like large bull horns. I don't know why, but I thought it was one of those large domesticated bulls. But then when I looked it up, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cute and spirally, and I feel that was going to work perfect with the Dr. Seuss style. And so this beginning part of the Dr. Seuss worked relatively easily. It went well with just doing the sketch in the line art. I had a couple of different reference pictures pulled up of like his characters and some of the creatures he drew. And so the initial concepting was fine, as well as like figuring out the colors, because again, I was looking at some of his books and other creature designs that he had, and I'm like, okay, we can use some more of like these brighter colors, make this thing furry. It was working out really well. But then later in the process, when I start doing the shading, because I wanted to try to match his shading as well, that was surprisingly difficult. Out of all the things I was going to guess with the Dr. Seuss style, was shading was not going to be the most difficult thing. So the cross-hatching, I saw a lot in his books, but then I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I was overcomplicating it, but some of them had really distinct dark chunks of shading. Some had like just some cross-hatching. And so I was just trying to find the even balance of how much shading and cross-hatching I should do for this character, which took some time. But I think it all like paid off in the end. I feel this really looks like a cute Dr. Seuss style dragon, and I'm so pleased with it. Well, that's week 2 of Smaugust come to a close. Let's highlight a couple entries right here of a lot of different dragons you guys did. It's just been really cool because it's just so fun to have these prompts just like we did with the 100 Dragon Challenge and so many other challenges we've done. It's just so cool to see like the community aspect and all your guys' art. I'm having a blast doing the Smaugust challenge. I mean, I love drawing dragons, and these ones are just so fun and creative, and they feel like my monster mashes. It's pretty cool to have these random prompts and like a dragon to draw, you know? It's pretty cool. But either way, thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out this video, and I want to give a shout out to my Patreon patrons. You guys are amazing. If you want to get behind the scenes artwork, like early access to some of the stuff I'm working on, as well as high resolution versions of all the art I make, go check out my Patreon. I'm going to be rolling out some physical tiers eventually. Right now, it's just like I'm in the transition period between like still kind of full-time job and doing this kind of full-time. It's been a lot. But probably sometime in November, December, we're going to figure out some of those physical tiers to send you guys, like stickers and prints and all these other goodies. Thank you to everyone on Patreon. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for watching this video. Every little bit helps. So if you're able to share, like this video, leave a comment, that's going to help me in the long run to make this thing sustainable as I go full-time in October. But either way, thank you guys again so much for stopping by, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.